Solve each of the following, convert to the bases to solve. So we need the bases to be exactly the same. So it's like what we just did in G, except they're a little bit bigger. So I'm going to do a 41. So looking at 41, I look at them, I go, okay, I've got a 4 here. Is there any way I can make this 64 to a base of 4? Yes, I can. 4 to the exponent of 3 is 64. So I'm going to write 4 to the exponent of 3. That's the 64 part. But then I still have the 2x plus 2. So I'm going to write it outside of it. And then I'm going to rewrite 4 and 4x minus 2. Now, think of when you did distributive. I'm looking at this part. This part, what you can do is think of it as just like it's written 3 bracket 2x plus 2. So you can multiply this in. So that works out to 6x plus 6. So that's what I'm going to write. I'm going to say, wait a minute, I've got 4 to the exponent of 6x plus 6 equals 4 to the exponent of 4x minus 2. Now, the bases look exactly the same. It's simplified a bit. I can drop the bases, just work with the exponents. So I've got 6x plus 6 on this side, and I've got 4x minus 2 on the other side. All right, so I'm going to bring this subtract 2 over to the other side. So then I've got plus 2. And it doesn't really matter which way you move stuff. Okay, so I've got 6x plus 8 equals 4x. So I'm going to move this over here. Remember, it's positive. So when I bring it over, it's going to be subtract 6x. So I've got negative 2x. And then you're going to divide both sides by negative 2 because I want these to be crossed off. And I get negative 4. So what I could do is double check. So if I go back to this, I can double check to see if my answer is right. So I'm just going to double check. So I've got 64, 2, and I said x was negative 4. So I'm going to go bracket negative 4 plus 2 equals 4 times 4 times negative 4 minus 2. So let's see if they work out to the same. So I've got 64, I got negative 8 plus 2, and I've got 4 with negative 16 minus 2. So I've got 64 to the negative 6, and I've got 4 to the negative 18. And you're like, wait a minute, they're not the same. Well, wait a minute. They don't have the same base. Remember, 4 was to the exponent of 3. We did that earlier right here. So I'm going to change the 64 to 4 to the 3. And then you still have that negative 6 equals 4 to the negative 18. And then wait a minute, these two, when you have an exponent raised to another exponent, you can multiply, or that's the easiest way. So 3 times negative 6, that's actually negative 18. And they look exactly the same, and we're good.